of the game. Serenity Trice lays the bunt down. Jaden Huebner throws it away at first base. It's rolling around in foul ground deep in the right field corner. And Trice rounds third and scores standing up. Just like that, 1-0 Arizona. But a couple of innings later in the third, Sierra Daniel, for the second time this season, wraps a home run, a 3-run shot, and the Tigers had the lead they would not relinquish.
In the 6th inning, Shar Lorenz with her 16th RBI drives a single to the right side, makes it 4-1 Tigers. In the 7th, Jaden Huebner with her first strikeouts of the night strikes out the side, leading the Tigers to victory. The tale of the game for Arizona was situational hitting. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 runners on base. Jaden Huebner was in control on the night, picking up her 10th win and her 12th complete game.
This is the way it lines up for Arizona. Reagan Shockey, who had a couple of base hits last night, is in center field. Serenity Trice at second base. Sydney Stewart is catching. Taylor Jenkins is the DP. Grace Jennings, is the DP. Grace Jenkins, the right fielder. Taylor Beal, the shortstop. Kez Lucas at first base. The third baseman is Jenna Sniffen. And Addison Duke is the left fielder. That's the lineup that's going to take it. Swings against LSU's CC Salura in the circle.
You see Salura's line there, 60 and 2/3 innings pitched, 3.69 ERA. She is a junior. She's a San Diego State transfer, and her main pitch is a drop ball.
She does have a tendency to give up more hits than innings pitched, 75 hits in 60 and 2/3 innings, but she does not hurt herself with walks. And she has struck out 25. She's only walked 10 batters. Her control has been really good.
She is the most experienced pitcher on the staff. Pitched 4 straight games last year to get San Diego State into a win at their conference tournament.
This is CC's 11th start, her 14th appearance. She has 4 complete games. The opposition is batting .306 against her.
There's that drop ball at 69 miles an hour. It's a heavy drop.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Shockey leading it off, the junior from California. Shockey is the first of 3 consecutive 400 hitters in this powerful Arizona lineup. And because this team has been so good offensively, the exploits of Huebner yesterday were even more impressive. Her control was as good as it's been ever this year. And even though she didn't strike out a lot of batters, she had the game in control.
Absolutely. And as we always say, your #1 goal is to strike people out. You can't strike them out. You want to control the hitters, and that is what Huebner did.
Shockey is hitting .433. She has started every game but 1. That pitch doesn't miss by much. Christopher Wirt is calling balls and strikes. Dave Reinecker is working first base, and Laura King is the third base umpire. The outfield is shallow and playing Shockey as an opposite field hitter. She reaches and misses.
Yep, she went for a pitcher's pitch. I'm not sure that was a strike, but the ball was moving to the outside corner. Tough for a slapper to pick up. That's not even close to a strike, but good job by Salura.
So Shockey trying to touch and go, does not make contact, and here is Serenity Trice. There is strike 1. We mentioned it yesterday a bit that this Arizona team in some ways is a bit of a throwback. Even though it hits a lot of home runs and has a lot of very high averages, there are more slappers in this lineup than usual.
Well, it's Arizona. They invented slapping, so they will always have slappers on their team.
And as was the case last night, there's only one non-300 hitter in the lineup. Sierra Daniel is right there to get the second out. Daniel over to Edwards.
And that's what the Tigers did so effectively last night. They controlled the top of the lineup.
Kylie Edwards gets the big hop and gets it over to first base. It's a very swift inning. Salura gets a strikeout, a couple of ground outs, and we move forward. Arizona nothing. LSU coming to bat for the first time. Lines up like this. Taylor Lassiter in center field. Sierra Daniel at second base. Over the last 5 games, she's hitting .562 with 11 driven in and a couple of 4 extra base hits. 2 of those have been homers. Kylie Edwards is the shortstop. Alex Franklin, the cleanup hitter. Tori Edwards is hitting 5th at first base, followed by catcher Macy Bergeron. Char Lorenz is the left fielder. The DP is Allie Hutchins. She came off the bench and had a pinch hit double yesterday. And Avery Hodge is at third base and batting 9th. And Jalen Adams is in the circle, a tall right-hander for Arizona. She's got good numbers, Yvette.
Yes, she does. And what we'll see from her best pitch is curve. She'll follow up with drop, rise, and change up. That curve and drop and rise is at 64 miles an hour, and the change up is 54. She is a transfer from Iowa.
This is her 19th start. She's had 5 complete games. This is her 29th appearance. 16-5 is her record with a 3.5 ERA. 108 hits allowed in 105 innings, 40 walks, 41 strikeouts. So not a pitcher who's going to overpower you or knock the bat out of your hands with strikeouts, but one who has limited the opposition to a .263 batting average.
Wildcat coaching staff attacked the portal and got 6 transfers, and she's one of them.
Lassiter is hit on the elbow and immediately becomes a base runner.
Tried to come in with that curveball.
So Jalen Lassiter, LSU's leading base stealer with 10 and 11 attempts, is at first base with nobody out. Let's take a look at what Sierra Daniel did in the 3rd inning yesterday.
Lynn, she's only hit 2 home runs this year, but they've all been this week.
And she came into this season with only 2 home runs in her career. She has doubled that this week.
Great looking pitch there that just kind of dropped off the table.
Daniel is LSU's leading hitter at .365. 26 driven in now. And the 0-1 pitch. Sliced off foul to the left side. Kylie Edwards is on deck. LSU has only 3 300 hitters in the lineup, and they are 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Lassiter, Daniel, and Edwards. We've got a gorgeous early evening unfolding for softball. Lots of sunshine. Wind is blowing in again. That's 2 days in a row that hitters are not going to be aided by the wind.
Where home runs come to die today. Unless you hit it to left field on a laser.
The 0-2 pitch is out of the strike zone. 1-2 on Sierra Daniel. She's having an all-star type year at second base for the Tigers.
Just plays the defense so effortless.
So instinctive defensively.
And steady, steady. LSU is really good up the middle.
That's caught by the shortstop.
Nice
a leaping play by Taylor Beal as she laid out, stretched as far as she could, moving to her left, and snags it for out number 1.
Stole a base hit from Daniel. Nice defensive play. Good positioning by the coaching staff.
Taylor Beal does a belly flop but makes the catch. Lassiter remains at first base. This brings on Edwards. Edwards had 3 at-bats yesterday and did not have a base hit. Both teams were limited to 5 hits in the game.
Wildcats have thrown out 4 base runners this year. Let's see if the Tigers will attempt. There was no stolen base yesterday, right, for the Tigers?
Edwards over the last 9 games has been swinging a very, very good bat, hitting 400, 8 extra base hits. 6 of those have been homers, and she's driven in 12.
And been fantastic on defense at shortstop.
Watch when she gets set up in the right-handed hitter's batter's box. She kind of tiptoes into it. Right here, she'll put that left foot back, just the toe of the foot on the dirt, and then she'll straighten it all out as the pitch is delivered. She slices this one off deep to right field. It's down on the warning track. Lassiter rounds second. Lassiter rounds third. Here comes Lassiter. The ball is late coming back to the infield. It's a triple and the Tigers lead 1-0.
Arizona missed their cutoff, but I don't even think there would have been a play at the plate. Just a great piece of hitting by Edwards, inside out swing, and she found that right field line.
Well, we had just shown you what she has done over the last several games, and she adds to it with her 3rd triple of the season.
Yeah, there's a few Tigers in this lineup that all of a sudden the ball looks very big.
Lassiter scores from first base. Edwards hustles all the way to third. And LSU.
And that's 2 hard hit balls by the Tigers in this inning.
LSU leads early 1-0. An immediate change of the scoreboard. And Yvette, all coaches, I know you can attest to this, all coaches love to get on the board before the cornflakes get soggy.
Do it to them before they do it to us.
Ball 1 to Alex Franklin.
Alex Franklin is from a town about 20 minutes down the road. It's her dream to be an LSU Tiger.
She was 0 for 2 yesterday. She hits this one high and deep. Will it carry out of the ballpark? It will not.
But
Catch is made near the warning track. Plenty deep enough to score Edwards. So Franklin gets the sacrifice fly, and LSU takes a 2-0 lead.
And we always talk about positive at-bats. Was it a home run? No, but it scored a run. She did her job. Runner at third. Get the ball deep. But again, the wind pushed that ball back. On a normal day, that's probably a home run. Let's just say in Arizona, that's a home run.
Arizona is the all-time leader in college softball home runs.
Got some heavy air here in the South.
Tori Edwards dribbles it down to Beal on the first pitch. Taylor comes up with it over to Lucas, and the inning is over. But a hit batter, a triple by Edwards, and a sacrifice fly by Franklin. And the Tigers, after 1 inning, lead it 2-0 over the Wildcats. Today, the sky is the color of a big Gulf crab claw. Say that quickly 4 or 5 times in a row.
Where do you see a claw?
Oh, you don't know the color of those big Gulf crab claws? Just look up into the sky.
Oh, you're talking about the blue.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the white clouds.
Yeah. Beautiful playing conditions today, with the exception of a pretty brisk wind blowing in from center field, basically. This is one of the warmest days we've had this spring in Baton Rouge. It's 85 degrees right now.
But it has been beautiful in Louisiana for about 2 weeks.
This field, as it normally is in excellent shape.
Resurfaced a couple of years ago. Complete new drainage in the outfield.
Tigers lead it 2-0. Talay Jennings will try to do something about it for the Arizona Wildcats. They are 29-11 on the season. They are in second place in the Big 12 with an 11-4 record.
The ball was going to eat up Daniels, but she She got her chest in front of the ball, and nice play. I love those middle infielders, low center of gravity.
Let me subtract one loss from the total for Arizona. They are 29-10 and 11-4 in the Big 12.
That sounds so weird, Arizona in the Big 12.
It does.
When they dominated the Pac-12 for so many years.
8 times a national champion.
12 conference championships. And that used to be the premier league in college softball, no question.
There's one of the premier players in the history of college softball as well.
Absolutely. One of the best Wildcats ever. 4-time All-American.
Caitlin Lowe there with a record of 182 and 88 with 1 draw and 1 Women's College World Series appearance. Another chance for Daniel. Look at her scoot over and get it and make the play.
You know, you think I was joking when I said we never got her out. I don't think we ever, I'm serious. I don't think we ever got her out.
She hit 1,000 against you? Pretty close, huh?
It seemed like it.
Huh.
It seemed like a nightmare.
It must have been if you're still remembering it, if you're reliving it. After what, 20, 25 years? It's a quick inning again. The first inning went 11 pitches, and this one is even briefer. That is an 8-pitch inning, so only 19 deliveries through the first couple of innings for Salura. LSU leads 2-0. Beth Torina now in her 15th season as the LSU head coach. Over 600 victories in her tenure. 4 Women's College World Series appearances. And hoping to make it number 5.
All-time winningest LSU softball coach and one of 3 LSU coaches to record 600 victories on this campus. Skip Bertman, Paul Maneri, Beth Torina. Would have to be a diamond sport. I don't know if a football coach could last for 600 victories, huh?
No way.
Or basketball, 28 games in a...
Basketball,
28?
yes.
How many do they play, 28?
Over 30.
30. But the tenures of coaches now don't last that long.
They don't have to. Bergeron, Lorenz, and Hutchins for the Tigers here against Jalen Adams. Shockey is calling off the right fielder Jenkins, and Reagan Shockey from center field makes the catch. LSU scored 2 in the first as Lassiter was hit by a pitch. 1 out later, Kylie Edwards tripled into the right field corner, and then Franklin followed with a sacrifice fly. Lorenz last night was 1 for 2. She scored a run. LSU has done very well this season when scoring in the first inning. The Tigers have scored 17 times prior to this game in the first inning, and they've won 14 of those 17 games. And when scoring first, and that includes any inning, they are 20-3 this year, are the Tigers. So that's pretty good success when runs come early or first.
Sort of like getting that first out in the inning.
Beal makes the play at shortstop. So quickly 2 down in the second. And here's Allie Hutchins. She came off the bench and delivered a double.
Allie Hutchins was in the lineup for the first third of the season every day, and then kind of took a seat for a while, and she's back in the back hitting again.
Well, she has slumped to 190 with 1 homer, 8 RBI and 3 doubles, one of them last night. And that was a ringing double on one hop off the left field wall.
Transfer from Kentucky.
That's a pitch she would like to see again.
Yep, 63 miles an hour curveball that stayed on the white a little bit too much.
It hung a little bit. Nobody on base, 2 outs, 1-1 on Allie Hutchins. Hutchins hits a soft liner to the left side. It's grabbed by the third baseman Sniffen. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the third. LSU 2, Arizona nothing. Here's Kez Lucas to get things started for Arizona. As we have sailed through the first couple of innings, both pitchers are throwing a lot of strikes. Lucas and Sniffen and Duke for the Wildcats here in the top of the third.
Those pitchers filling up the strike zone.
Edwards in foul ground, comes halfway to the plate and makes the catch from first base. So that broke a string of 5 consecutive ground ball outs that Salura had induced. As Lucas fouls out to Torrey Edwards at first base, and here is Sniffen. Jennifer was nothing out of 2 last night.
I told you Salura was a big-time drop ball pitcher, so she's getting a lot of ground ball outs, meaning that her drop ball is very effective today. She's got a really good change too, but I'm not sure we've seen it yet.
Sniffen is hitting .330. That pitch is there for a strike.
You know, years ago, Jenny Finch used to throw a drop ball at 69 miles an hour, and everybody was like, oh my God. And now so many pitchers do this.
It's pretty common these days, relatively speaking. Sniffen has homered 5 times. She's driven in 20 and also has 4 doubles. Addison Duke is on deck, 1 out here in the third.
TV and Jenny Finch were very influential, making softball so popular.
And she is still living in Louisiana.
Yes, she is. Of course, she's one of the most famous Wildcats.
She lives in the Lake Charles Sulphur area. Still active in the game.
And you say, why is she in Louisiana? Because her husband is from Louisiana.
2-2 pitch. A little bit off the mark, and we go to a full count for the first time. Salura takes a little pitcher stroll to the back of the circle, gets regrouped, and now brings the full count pitch. Ground ball under the glove of Hodge at third base, and there's the first base runner of the game as Sniffen on a 3-2 pitch drives it through on the left side.
And she's fired up at first base saying, let's go.
So after retiring 7 in a row, Sniffen reaches off of Salura, and this brings on Addison Duke. She was 1 for 3 last night. The base hits 24 hours ago came from Shockey with 2, Trice with 1, Stewart with 1, and Duke with 1.
Now the Tigers know Duke. She transferred from Ole Miss.
Lorenz moves toward the infield from left field and makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. Let's check LSU defensively. Lorenz, Lassiter, and Franklin in the pasture from left to right. Hodge and Edwards, that's Torrey Edwards, on the corners. Kylie Edwards and Sierra Daniel are the middle infielders. Steve Wright to Shockey at the top of the order.
Funny that you call it pasture. The dairy farm is not far from here.
That's
of course,
true.
LSU has a vet school across the street.
This bunt twists off foul. Shockey runs very well. That would have been a difficult play. When you were on the LSU payroll or on campus in general, did you ever go by and get some of that fresh ice cream they make?
You know,
from the local dairy?
It's so weird. Once.
Only once?
I thought about it the other day. I was like, why didn't I go there more?
Oh, it was good.
It's still good. Edwards not showing a lot of range there.
That one got poked under her glove. She kind of got caught in the middle between charging and then trying to play the roller. It'll go as a base hit. So Shockey, for the third time, is aboard on a base hit in this series. That extends the inning as Sniffen moves up 60 feet. And now we have Trice at the plate. She grounded out to Daniel on the right side in the first.
Laura stays on that last pitch. She'll be tough to score against.
The one-strike pitch. A little bit low and away.
Bergeron working hard behind the plate.
Two on, two out. And Trice may have helped Salura on that pitch.
Well, that inside drop pitch, Trice didn't want any part of that pitch. He was about to get hit, so kind of self-defense there. Inside hard drop ball with a slapper running towards the pitcher.
Shockey, Trice, and Stewart led the way yesterday.
Look at that nubber. That's a base hit. Oh, what a play!
Out at first base. Avery Hodge jumped on that like a rat on a Cheeto and turned it into an out. That was remarkable for Hodge to come full bore from third base, make that pickup and get the out at first. Watch this. An off-balance throw with accuracy and a little velocity. Staff and the team.
Yep, she started this in 2013, and all 15 SEC schools honor this day, and it's all for Alex. And of course, Alex Wilcox, Mississippi State softball player. She died of ovarian cancer, and the cool thing is the visiting team always participates also. So Arizona walked today. They are wearing teal, and before the game began, there were survivors out on the field, and it's a truly touching, and Beth Torina has been honored by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association for her efforts.
Avery Hodge quickly grounded out to her counterpart, a 5-3 putout, Sniffen over to Lucas to get things started in the bottom of the third. And that turns the lineup over for Jayla Lassiter, the senior from Atmore, Alabama. She was hit by a pitch and scored on the triple by Edwards. And this will be handled by Beal, the shortstop, on the first base side of second. And Jalen Adams, after that rocky first inning, has settled in. She has retired 7 in a row now and has not taken any time in doing it. She's been really efficient the last couple of innings. Well, here's Sierra Daniels. She lined out to Taylor Beal, the shortstop, last time.
You know, both pitchers are filling up the strike zone.
She lines out to Beal again. Beal and Daniel are starting to get to know each other. Had a couple of line drives from the bat of Daniel into the glove of Beal. Another very swift 1-2-3 inning. The 2-0 lead LSU established in the first remains. Collins. And Yvette, you know, I noticed your name on the list of all-time SEC winning coaches in SEC play, and congratulations to your former assistant coach, Pat Murphy, who became the first SEC coach to pick up 500 career wins in the league. The Alabama Crimson Tide have beaten Auburn a couple of times this weekend. Wins number 499 and 500 for Pat Murphy. Congratulations to him.
Great story with Patrick Murphy. He was the assistant sports information director at the University of Southwestern Louisiana. He was my softball SID, and the more we talked and the more we traveled together, I was like, this dude has got it. He's really got it. So I ended up hiring him, Stayed with me, I think, about 5-6 years, and went off and won a national championship. And now he's the all-time winningest SEC coach. Quite a story.
So from sports information director for softball to national champion coach.
Yeah. Didn't apply for the job. Didn't ask for the job.
Well, your instincts were pretty good.
Well, he was a shining star, and it was bright, and you could tell he was something special.
He actually was a baseball coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, high school baseball coach. Every summer he left and he went coach high school baseball. And that was in the day when, you know, you weren't making a lot of money and you were recruiting all by yourself.
Sydney Stewart draws a base on balls from CC Salura. That's the first walk she's issued. Speaking of baseball, LSU got off to a 2-0 lead in Oxford against Ole Miss, but the Rebels have come back to score 4 times, and Ole Miss, which beat LSU yesterday, leads in the 5th inning now 4-2 over the Tigers. So for the second straight game, a 2-0 early lead for LSU has gone awry at the hands of Ole Miss. 4-2 Rebels into the 4th in Oxford. Talay Jennings
just
from
missing
San
with that
Pedro,
screwball.
California, is at the plate.
That's a half a ball off.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Stewart at first base. Stewart's got that elongated oven mitt on her left arm, left hand. That's obviously her lead hand in sliding.
Remember I told you about we used to play with no batting helmets?
Yeah.
Now we're wearing oven mitts.
Yeah.
I sound like an old woman screaming at the clouds.
I like that.
The saying is an old man, but.
The 2-2 pitch. Daniel will have 1 play.
Yep.
And she makes it at first base.
1 play only. Positive at bat for the Cats. They don't have to get both runs this inning, but they certainly would like to get 1 now that they're in scoring position. You know, we have a battle of the Cats this weekend.
This is true.
Who would win in the jungle? A Wildcat or a Bengal Tiger?
There's no question. A Tiger. Well, this season is getting toward the end for both of these teams. There are only 3 series left in the Big 12 for Arizona.
It's amazing how fast it goes.
Yeah.
You play so many games in so short a time. Edwards kind of olayed that ball, but she got it.
3 unassisted as Grace Jenkins hits it hard, but Edwards turns into an out at first base. This will bring on Taylor Beal. Arizona will play at Oklahoma State on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, and then host Houston on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, and close out the season at Utah on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Off-speed pitch there at 60 miles an hour. She had been clocking it at 69.
Another play for...
She just is a vacuum over there.
She definitely is. Sierra Daniel, very, very quick to the ball, good instincts, and turns in a couple of assists in the inning. 3 ground ball out, actually 2 and a pop-up. No, 3 ground ball outs in the inning. The sinker was working. Salura and the Tigers have a 2-0 lead. They've won 8 of them. Have the Wildcats in the history of women's college softball.
Yeah.
Edwards and Franklin and Tori Edwards are scheduled to hit here in the 4th for LSU. And Jalen Adams has really settled in beautifully since the first inning. And Yvette, she had an 8-pitch second inning and a 4-pitch third inning.
A transfer from Iowa.
She has retired 8 in a row.
Caitlin said that when she recruited Jalen Adams, she spent 45 minutes on that first phone call and knew she needed to get her.
She's only allowed 1 hit, but that was a big one. A triple by the young lady at the plate right now as she hit it deep into the right field corner. Let's go back and look at this first inning swing.
And she'll take that outside pitch and just tucks it in that right field corner over the right fielder's head. And you knew it was extra base hit because all of these Tigers run well.
Edwards, a junior from Waldron, Indiana. That pitch drifted in on the hands. With Hall of Fame coach Yvette Girard, I'm Lynn Rollins, and we are very pleased you have chosen to spend some time with us here in Baton Rouge on a gorgeous evening unfolding for softball.
The Tigers with their teal jersey and their teal Tigers on their white helmet. This hitter.
So LSU gets its first base runner aboard. Edwards hit by the pitch. It's the second batter that Adams has plunked. She opened the game and hit Lassiter, who later came around to score on the Edwards triple. And a special hello to Wildcat fans out west or wherever they may be across the country. That pitch is right down the middle to Alex Franklin. She hit the ball deep to left field last time, and it produced a run on a sacrifice fly. A sophomore from nearby Sanama, Louisiana. For you people out in Arizona, that's spelled S-T-A-M-A-N-T, Sanama.
Depending on traffic, about 20 to 30 minutes. Yep, it's not Saint Amant, Sanama. All garbled together.
There's a liner in foul ground left side.
Franklin hit a ball to left field that on any other day probably would have gone out. Got caught up in the wind. Do we know what the wind gusts are today? I know you did the weather.
I think up to 15 or 16.
Yeah. Pretty cool. They got the LSU teal flag flying.
Franklin waits on that pitch. He was tempted and then recognized it. There are the flags. We're being told that the gusts are up to about 21 now. Blowing mostly in, a little bit from left to right, but mostly in from center field.
Yeah, it's kind of swirling a little bit.
The pitch. It's off the plate wide. Now we go to 3-2.
Got some chirping going on.
Kylie Edwards is at first base after being hit by a pitch. The 3-2 delivery with nobody out. Fouled away.
Once again, the Tigers have not attempted to run.
I'm a little bit surprised because Arizona has not had a good percentage of throwing out would-be base stealers.
Maybe they just don't want to take the bat out of the Tiger hands. They hit, oh, it's ball 4. I thought it hit her also.
It almost did. So a shaky start here in the 4th for Jalen Adams, a hit batter and a walk. And that's going to bring a conversation in the circle from Arizona. Tori Edwards will be waiting at the plate when we return to action here in Baton Rouge.
Christian Conrad, the pitching coach.
Let's look ahead to LSU's schedule. After this weekend, the Tigers will play on the 14th of April, a couple of days into the week, in Lafayette against the Ragin' Cajuns.
I've got that game.
And then Ole Miss comes to town on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. LSU will go to Mississippi State on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Then come back for a single game against McNeese on the April 28th before starting a series here against Auburn on the 30th, and then May 1st and 2nd. And that'll wrap up the season.
It's like a marathon in February.
Tori Edwards was first pitch swinging last time, and she does the same here. That's not something she normally does. She's been known to take a pitch or two, especially at the start of the at-bat.
Jammed her
Edwards
twice.
lifts it up into foul ground. It's playable in front of the LSU dugout. So there is out number one. Tori Edwards unable to move the runners, who remain at second and first.
Yep, jammed on the handle.
This brings on Macy Bergeron. Macy's 4 years here at LSU have gone by in the blink of an eye. She hits it high and deep to right field. It comes down to a warning track. Kylie Edwards has to hold up at third, and the Tigers load the bases. That was one of the longest singles you'll ever see. Kylie Edwards had to wait at second base to see if it was going to be caught.
That ball got caught up in the wind, and Jenkins kind of got turned around on it. It was a shot.
That's a 200-foot single out into right field.
Yeah, you'll see Jenkins. She gets kind of, but I mean, it was over her head. It was a shot.
It came down on the warning track just short of the wall.
You're right. That's a long single.
So Kylie Edwards is at third base. Alex Franklin is at second base. Bergeron is at first base for Char Lorenz. Steve, right one. Lorenz grounded out to shortstop last time. LSU has an opportunity to increase its 2-0 lead.
Wildcats are kind of at medium depth on the infield.
This ball is caught by the second baseman. Beal and the runner at second base, Franklin, got jammed up as they were both nearing second base, but Serenity Trice was able to make the play. So Arizona fights off one opportunity and collects the second out.
And that long single could be for naught if Hutchins doesn't come through. That at-bat just now needed to be a positive at-bat for the Tigers.
Hutchins grounds to third, and the play is made for the force there. So a nice job by Jalen Adams and teammates defensively from keeping LSU from scoring with one out and the bases loaded. We remain 2-0, the only scoring coming in the first inning tonight. Out Auburn 4-0. Patrick Murphy's 500th SEC win. He leads in that category among all SEC coaches. Missouri 4. This is an upset. Missouri over Georgia 4-3. That series tied at 1 apiece. Florida against South Carolina. Florida wins it 15-2. They've won 2 in a row against South Carolina. Texas A&M beat Ole Miss and leads that series 2-0. 7-5 the final score. Arkansas shut out Mississippi State 8-0. They are tied 1 apiece in Starkville. And Oklahoma and Texas will play tonight. You're up to date in the SEC.
I believe Oklahoma took that first game of the series, so good play.
Hodge comes up with it at third and gets Kez Lucas.
She comes and gets it. She charges the ball instead of letting it play her. You know, everybody's probably saying, oh, it's not a good play. It is a good play. She went and got that ball. Not as easy as that looked. If she had delayed it just a second, that ball would have eaten her up.
So Sniffen now at the plate. And Yvette, you mentioned
There's
it.
that changeup we've been waiting for.
Haven't seen many of them. That may have been the first. But you mentioned it earlier that if Salura is throwing effectively, there are likely to be a lot of ground balls. Well, I'm going to add them up. 1, 2.
Should be.
You got 2 in the first. This is not a ground ball, and it's out of the reach of Alex Franklin, who did not get a good jump on it.
No, she didn't. She might have. I think she misjudged it. But, you know, the right fielders are having a hard time. That ball's blowing straight in from right field. The wind's blowing straight in.
Sniffen doubles out of the reach of Alex Franklin.
It was a bad read, but I'm sure they'll give that a hit, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like she's got it, and she's fast enough to track it down, but just didn't read it correctly that time.
And we've got a pinch runner. Kiki Escobar is running at second base. But to finish that ground ball story, 1-2 in the first inning, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ground ball outs.
Throwing them for strikes. Letting everybody on the infield earn their scholarship.
Here's Addison Duke batting in the 9th position. She flied out to left field last time and cues this one foul. So Sniffen at second base. She's 2 for 2. She had a single in the 3rd and doubled out of the reach of Franklin here in the 5th.
Arizona has now out-hit the Tigers 3-2, but the scoreboard reads LSU 2, Arizona 0.
Last night, both teams had 5 hits.
Arizona left a ton of people on base last night, runners in scoring position.
Salura had Duke reaching a little bit for that one. A runner at second base, 1 out. Addison Duke at the plate. We work in the 5th inning. LSU leading 2-0 on the strength of a pair of runs in the first. Look out. Look out over there.
Heads up. Coaches are pushing each other out of the way. Good pitch.
Daniel backs up, but she's called off by Lassiter, the center fielder. And there's an important second out with a runner remaining at second base.
Both teams have kind of had not really successful at-bats with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Kind of some weak fly balls. Maybe you got to tip your cap to the pitchers.
Salura is working on a 3-hit shutout. That one rips the outside corner for a strike. C.C. Salura in the circle for the Tigers with a 5-4 record. This is her 11th start. She's had 4 complete games and her 14th appearance overall. She's only walked 11 batters the entire season.
So far, so good for her.
Only 1 today.
Good job by Bergeron.
And the Tigers had the rotation play on as Edwards, the shortstop, had hustled over to cover third base as Hodge was working her way toward the plate from third. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Nubbed, foul behind the plate.
Oh!
Steve, right 3 called.
We haven't seen it much, but that was a pretty one.
Reagan Shockey called out on strikes on an off-speed pitch. And let's take another look at this one. It floats through the strike zone, and the Tigers still lead 2-0. They won, struck out a couple, and LSU is 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Starting pitching and defense have been the word for both teams in this second game of the series.
Prime time hitting. That's what I call it.
PTH. Here's Avery Hodge, the senior from Richmond, Texas. Hodge can't find it as she runs up on it. Hitting 185. She would like to be better than that, but she certainly has turned in some run-saving play at third base defensively.
Yeah, she made a play at third a while ago that I thought the runner had it beat by 2 or 3 steps.
Hodge grounded out to her counterpart at third in her only other at bat. And let's give credit to Jalen Adams in the circle for Arizona. Had a little bit of a rocky start, but since then has been terrific.
It's only given up 2 hits.
Neither starting pitcher has had the strikeout pitch working. Adams has not struck out anybody. She has walked 1 and plunked a couple. Sniffin for the second straight time, throws out Hodge. So back to the top of the order for Lassiter. Daniel will follow. 1 gone in the LSU 5th. No runs, 3 hits for Arizona, 2 runs, 2 hits for the Tigers. The hits have come from Edwards, that's Kylie Edwards, with an RBI triple in the right field corner in the first inning. And a 1-out single by Macy Bergeron in the 4th inning. That loaded the bases with only 1 out, but the Tigers could do nothing with the next 2 hitters. Lassiter pops it up out into shallow center field. And Shockey is there. She covers a lot of ground and gets a really nice read off the bat from most of the balls headed her way. Here's Daniel. Shockey backs up a little bit and starts to move to her right. That's playing Daniel as an opposite field hitter. The other outfielders do as well.
52 miles an hour on that changeup.
Daniel
trying to pitch her outside.
Daniel twice is lined out to shortstop Beal.
Yeah. As you said, they're about to shake hands with each other pretty soon.
The 1-0 pitch with 2 outs. This one is pulled on the ground. Trice, the counterpart of Daniel, makes the play at second base. It's another very swift inning. 3 up and 3 down. That was a 9-pitch inning for Adams. The lead is still 2 for the Tigers. Scored in the first. Nobody has scored since. And let's look at what CC Salura has done in working the shutout to this point. You see the 10 groundouts of that, and you mentioned if her drop is working, then we should see a lot of ground outs, and that's exactly what has happened. Only 3 fly ball outs and 2 strikeouts.
And they have come on changeups. We don't see that changeup too often, but the last one she threw was a doozy.
And what we didn't show you was the very impressive number of only 1 walk. So she has not damaged herself.
I've never quite heard it said that way. Damaged herself.
Well, this is our last game together this year,
That's
so
right.
I thought we might throw that out.
So everybody out there, this is it. This is it for Lynn and Yvette. Got to wait till next year.
Trice can really run. We saw her circle the bases on a 4-base, 2-error play in the first inning last night.
That last drop ball was at 70 miles an hour.
If you can throw that for a strike, it's almost unhittable.
Ooh.
Wow, what a play by Kylie Edwards.
Infield has been dynamic for the Tigers.
And another ground out. That's the 11th of the day.
And you can't hit it any harder.
She has grounded to second, she has grounded to third, and she has grounded to the shortstop. We're speaking of Trice.
If this game was played in Arizona, the way their infield is so hard, that ball's in left field. I promise you.
Might be a double. Sydney Stewart has grounded out and walked. We work in the 6th. 2-0 Tigers. LSU won last night 4-1. That cauterizes the outside edge from Salura. The outfield is deep and straight away. Sydney Stewart, one of the best at her craft in the country.
Great looking tall catcher behind the dish.
One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Salura rocks and fires.
He just poked it out there.
Yep, Stewart with a bit of a defensive swing. Just to make sure that she wasn't called out. That was a borderline pitch.
Stewart is a transfer from Washington.
The 1-2. Popped up. There may be a play. Tori Edwards overruns it and then drops the ball. Tori Edwards called for it. She was allowed to take it, overran it, tried to backpedal, and then couldn't squeeze it.
It's got that, swirling wind, but, I'm just called old school because I don't believe in catching the ball with one hand.
I'm with you.
You can see that ball traveled back. It's almost like a ball to a catcher. Pop up to a catcher, travel back to the infield.
So that's a base runner that should not have been. And now here is Talay Jennings. 1 out, a runner at second base. And every time Arizona gets a base runner, it brings the tying run to the plate.
And this has been their bugaboo, runners in scoring position. And this is a problem because, slow ball. Edwards went for it first, and then it was not that had anything to do with it in the long run, but the ball was hit so slow, it's a base hit.
So runners on the corners with 1 out. And we may have some sort of substitution right here. So things are getting a bit dicey for the Tigers here in the 6th. Looks like Molly Daly is going to pinch run at first base.
Just a freshman.
So after the infield hit by Jennings, Daly is going to take her place at first base. And Grace Jenkins is the scheduled hitter. Twice she has grounded out, once to Daniel and once to Edwards on the right side.
Got to catch routine outs when you have them.
There should have been 2 outs with a runner at first. LSU has some double-barrel bullpen activity working. But I don't think we'll have a change, and we won't at this moment.
Wildcats sensing a little opening of the door here.
No runs, 4 hits for Arizona. 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error for LSU. Jenkins with that wide stance. Time is called. And we will reset everything.
And Grace is a transfer from UConn.
The pitch splits the plate for a strike. She has rolled out twice to the right side.
Well, the Wildcats score on contact. Will they go?
Only 1 out. A runner at third, a runner at first. This is lobbed out toward right field. A diving catch is made. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time, but a heck of a play by Franklin. Alex Franklin did not appear as though she was going to be able to get to that ball, but she made up some ground with the last 2 or 3 steps. And that is a big out despite the run scoring.
Came out of nowhere. I was trying to see if they were going to question if she left early. Left Tarina, is she coming out? He's asking Blue. They left early, and she said safe, but they're not going to challenge it with the headset. That's good base running by Arizona.
And a fine play by Franklin.
Yeah, absolutely. She came out of nowhere.
Keep that ball from hitting the ground.
Came out of nowhere.
So Daly holds her ground as the pinch runner at first. Stewart, who had reached on the error, scores from third. And here is Emma Cavanaugh, a pinch hitter for Beal.
So many times, though, that base runner takes off on a shot like that, then they've got to come back and tag, and then it'll be too late to score. But good base running, good job by Franklin, good play, nice throw.
Arizona on the board.
But they finally get a base hit. Well, they finally do a positive at bat with a runner in scoring position. Drive the ball to the outfield so they can tag.
At this time, LSU's pitching has allowed only 1 run in each of the first 2 games. But the lead is extremely tenuous. It's a 2-1 advantage for LSU.
Is that the drop fly ball that just scored?
Yep.
So it's unearned.
1-1 is slivered foul.
So
1 ball, 2 strikes. Cavanaugh, the pinch hitter.
So the Tigers have not given up an earned run.
That's true.
But you have got to catch fly balls that are outs. It's a little outside.
That's a little bit off the plate wide.
Not much, but it was outside. Tigers don't like it, but you paid your money. You get to boo a little bit, but
the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Salura went upstairs. Cavanaugh could not find it. The Tigers yield a run. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's take a look at this top of the 6th inning strikeout. And that sends both teams back to the dugout and on the field. It's a 2-1 game, LSU leading. to a thin one-run lead. It's 2-1 now as Arizona scores an unearned run in the 6th. And the Tigers will try to get something back here against the starting pitcher, Jalen Adams, who has been really good since the first inning. Adams, through 5 innings, has allowed just a couple of hits. And the first pitch to Kylie Edwards, with Alex Franklin and Tori Edwards to follow, is a ball inside. Kylie has tripled in a run and scored and been hit by a pitch and left at third base. That gets a little nick of the outside edge.
Beautiful day on Teal Weekend in Tiger Park.
It is.
She telegraphs that changeup. Good
Beal,
pick.
Beal comes up throwing quickly, and Lucas helps her out with a nice stretch at first.
And a good pick.
You can't say enough about either starting pitcher today. Adams has thrown a shutout since the first inning. And Salura gave up an unearned run in the 6th to make it a tighter ball game. 2-1 Tigers. An event looking ahead to the 7th inning for Arizona. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Two balls and no strikes to Alex Franklin. She has a sacrifice fly to left field, and she has walked. That's pulled foul on a couple of bounces. Let's quickly take you to Oxford, where Ole Miss has extended its lead in baseball. It's now 7-2 Rebels over the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Paw ball.
LSU led 2-0, but the Rebels have scored 7 straight runs.
Paw ball for the Tigers. You know what that means, huh?
No.
Not good. Paw ball. Might as well get all my stuff in for our last
You want to
broadcast.
spell that for me?
I think, oh Lord, P-A-S-B-O-N, 2 words. Paw ball.
Paw ball.
Paw ball.
Close enough?
Yeah. It's Cajun.
It's a beautiful language. The 3-1 to Franklin. Almost hit her.
Yep.
A run here would make it gargantuan for LSU to somehow carry more than a 1-run lead into the 7th. Here's Tori Edwards. She has grounded out and fouled out on a pop-up to first base. That's a little bit inside. Ball 1.
It's not the torrid Tori that she was last year. She's trying to work her way out of it.
Hitting .255, which is about 100 points less than she hit last year. There's a smash into left field. It gets to the left fielder on a couple of hops.
But when she hits it, let's see, what was the exit velocity on that thing? Exit speed, 80 miles an hour.
Tigers have 3 hits now. This one comes after the walk to Franklin. That ball was hit so hard, there was no chance for Franklin to get to third.
No. Those Tiger fans that have been around, Bianca Bell hit the ball about as hard as you could imagine. And
so did Jaquish.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have a runner at first base, Maddox McKee. will be running for Edwards. Or actually, they're going to put McKee at second base. So she's running for Franklin. Franklin, of course, has the option to re-enter.
Wow, I'd like to see that speed. I'd like to see that race between McKee and Franklin. Because Franklin's not exactly slow.
No.
Maybe McKee's a little bit better base runner. Who knows? We're not at practice every day.
That's tight to Bergeron, ball one. One out, McKee, the pinch runner at second base, Edwards at first.
Bergeron's kind of been blistering the right center field gap.
She's 1 for 2 today. And smashes it out into left field. That's caught on a line in the sunshine by Addison Duke. That ball was well hit.
And not a routine play, because you've got the sun setting back here over the river to the west, and you've got to find that ball quick.
And she did. Addison Duke making the play on a hard hit liner off the bat of Bergeron. So that's the second out. Runners remain at second and first. And we'll have another conversation in the circle with Char Lorenz scheduled to hit.
Well, the Wildcats want to keep this to a one-run game, and you're right, Beal has thrown well. Excuse me.
Don't forget, these teams will play again tomorrow. It's an 11 o'clock Central Time start, noon Eastern Time.
It's Adams throwing.
And
Why
if
did
you're
I
in
say
Arizona,
B?
if you're in Arizona, wake up early tomorrow. It's a 9 o'clock start.
Yeah. Have breakfast with the Tigers and the Wildcats.
That's a good idea.
Ooh.
That first pitch bears in on Lorenz and hits her on the hip, and the bases are loaded. Allie Hutchins, the junior from Paducah, Kentucky, has hit a humpback liner to third base and reached on a fielder's choice. Ball one, strike one, bases loaded. 2 outs, 2-1, LSU leading, bottom of the sixth. If you can't come out to the ballpark tomorrow, the game is available on ESPN.
11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's a wicked curveball.
But it stays high, 1-1. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Wildcats. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 costly error for LSU. 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the sixth, bases loaded, 2 outs. That's hit very hard under the feet of the third base coach, Sandra Moten.
Still got it over there. Can move out of the way. Sandra was one of the all-time best first basemen here for LSU.
The 1-2 pitch from Jalen Adams. Stewart wanted it outside. That's where she got it. Adams was not fishing. And the count is even at 2.
Wildcat infield drawing back. Gonna force it every play.
2 gone, bases loaded. The 2-2 pitch.
Oh, she went. Oh!
And this is going
Somebody's
to bring...
going to get tossed.
This is going to bring a bit of a...
Somebody's getting tossed.
This is going to bring a bit of a discussion. And it's pretty hot one going on right now. I mean, you could light A firecracker off the nose of that coach. They've got it all sorted out. So far, nobody's been ejected. But the air is sizzling down there. You make the call at home. Perfect side view. That's a strike.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Well, I mean, I said it immediately. No. Are they not?
So everybody remains in the game.
Is it not reviewable?
No.
Wowzer.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. 1-run ball game. We will let the crowd tell you what happened. Ball 4, and that all-important run does indeed cross the plate for the Tigers. That's going to incense the Arizona bench even more.
Or their fans.
So the bases remain loaded as Allie Hutchins, with a very patient at bat, probably should not have been at the plate for that last 3-2 pitch. But the Tigers will take the break, and they'll take the bases loaded walk.
Do you think Blue at third thought it was like a self-defense and she just moved her shoulders? But yeah, they missed it. They missed it.
Riley Johnson is going to grab a bat and hit for Avery Hodge. No doubt Avery will come back in the game defensively at third base. Three to 1 LSU.
And that's assistant coach Lauren Lappin that's really getting her money's worth. Don't really blame her.
Johnson hitting 172 as a freshman. Ball 1. The ambient temperature here at the ballpark is about 82, but that temperature in the Arizona dugout is about 450 right now. There's a strike.
Actually, the players look pretty calm. It's their fans.
That's good patience by Johnson. A base hit here or a run of any kind would be huge again for the Tigers, who have a two-run lead. Ground ball, right side. Nice recovery by Trice from her knees. Makes the play at first base. Trice scooting over, saving a run after the initial fumble as she recovers beautifully to get the runner at first. But LSU grabs another run in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Tigers 3, Wildcats 1 on the SEC ESPN network. With which to work. 2 runs are needed to tie, 1 to take, 3 to lead as we play in the top of the 7th inning. The only run coming for the Wildcats was the marker in the 6th. LSU got 2 in the 1st and a run in the 6th. C.C. Salura has allowed 4 hits, and the 1 run, it was unearned. Kez Lucas at the plate, ball 1.
Definitely one of CC's best games since she's been in a Tiger uniform.
Lucas is 0 for 2. She has fouled out to Tori Edwards at first base and grounded to third. Tiger starting pitching through the first couple of games in this 3-game series have allowed 2 unearned runs. 1 yesterday, 1 today.
And lights out against a prolific Arizona lineup.
There's a breaking pitch of some sort, and that ball kept drifting away from the end of the bat.
Off-speed pitch that she took something off of her curveball.
It had some sideways spin to it, didn't it? The 1-2 pitch popped up. Sierra Daniel at second base gives way to the right fielder Alex Franklin. 1 out in the 7th. This is Jenna Sniffen. She has singled and doubled. She's been good in the 8-hole. The pitch. Strike one.
70-mile-an-hour drop ball.
Sniffen singled in the 3rd, and she doubled in the 5th. C.C. Salura throws that high.
CC's West Coast girl. She's probably faced against a lot of these Wildcats growing up in travel ball.
She's walked only 1. She has struck out 3. This ball is tagged. Lassiter back, makes the catch. She ran back with her back to the infield, turned around at the last moment, and was right there to gauge it properly and make the grab.
Picture perfect. Running with the glove at her side instead of stuck out. All you little girls that play outfield, play it like that.
A well-struck ball, but Lassiter was equal to the task. And now Arizona is down to its final out in Addison Duke. She has flied to left and flied to center. Ball 1.
Tigers are an out away from taking this series.
4-1 was the final score last night. It's 3-1 now.
Good old-fashioned fast pitch ball games.
A check swing, and she did not go around. Let's get you caught up on LSU's baseball game in Oxford against Ole Miss. The Rebels have scored 9 unanswered runs and lead it 9-2.
That's trouble.
Edwards,
see if she can get to first base.
Edwards throws it over the head of Sierra Daniel, who is covering. I think that's going to go for a base hit. And
really?
It's lucky for the Tigers that they didn't give up more than 1 base on that. That's always a tricky play when the first baseman and the second baseman try to time the throw and the tag, the contact with the base. Edwards just
kind of shot put it.
Yeah, she did. Kind of got caught halfway in deciding what to do with that ball. And that's going to be an infield hit. And it brings the tying run to the plate, and Reagan Shockey, this is one of the best hitters in the country. Not a home run hitter, though. She has none on the year. Second leading hit producer on this team with 55 and a .433 average coming into the game. She's 1 for 3 tonight, and she has struck out twice. 2 of the 3 strikeouts recorded by Salura. So still some work to be done with a very fine hitter at the plate. The 1-0 pitch.
Shockey does not have a home run. Oof. Oof.
Arizona was unhappy with that strike call.
They are getting their money's worth right now.
There's some sizzle being thrown out from that Arizona dugout toward the plate.
This will probably be a return trip for LSU next year, unless they've already done it, but I don't think they have.
The crowd rises. The 1-2 pitch. Game on the line. Poked at, popped up. It drops on the backside of the diamond over the shortstop's head. Kylie Edwards did everything she could to get to it, but she could not. And Reagan Shockey comes through with her second base hit. And all of a sudden, the tying run is at first base.
Great effort by Edwards, but they're drawn in because of the slapper, and then the ball just finds a hole. But Edwards did everything she could to try and catch this ball.
This is truly a parachute drop base hit. You see Edwards with her back to the infield. Couldn't quite get to it.
Got to play in for the slapper so she can throw her out.
And so Arizona has the tying run at first base with 2 outs. And Serenity Trice, another slapper, comes to the plate. She's 0 for 3 with a ground out to second base, a ground out to third on a terrific play by Hodge, and a ground out to shortstop. Do you remember the song, It Don't Come Easy?
Nope.
You're supposed to say yes.
Oh, yes.
The Beatles, I believe. It Don't Come Easy? No, I'll figure that out. Ringo Starr. He was a Beatle.
Yeah, yes, that is correct,
Well, it
sir.
don't come easy.
Nope. Never does. Arizona has 6 hits. The Tigers have 3. What counts the most are the runs.
The outfield is shifted to the other side.
Keep the ball in front of you. That's what they're being told.
Ole Miss is scoring again. It's 12-2 now in the end as they go to the 7th inning in Oxford. Rebels lead it. They trail 2-0 early, but they have scored 12 straight runs and would win the series with a victory.
Put a fork in it. Oh, wow.
That ball bounced over the glove of Sierra Daniel.
And look who's coming to the plate.
Sierra Daniel went to her left. She was in a position to get it after a long scoot to her left.
And that ball bounced right over her glove.
It just took right over her glove.
All the plays she's made.
That'll be an infield hit, I believe. All of this has happened with 2 outs. There were 2 gone and nobody on. An infield hit by Duke, a base hit by Shockey. Trice dribbles one out of the reach of Daniel. And here comes Sydney Stewart.
With 14 home runs. 61 RBIs. Doesn't have one in this series, though, does she?
Mm-mm. So LSU has experienced a bit of weird stuff going on here with 2 outs and nobody on base. And now fighting for its life.
Senior transfer from Washington.
The Wildcats have out-hit the Tigers 7-3, but LSU leads with 2 outs, 3-1, top of the 7th.
And Beth Torina saying it's Solora's game. She's thrown a great game so far.
Man, oh man.
Arizona's fans have awakened.
A runner at third, a runner at second, a runner at first. Sydney Stewart at the plate. C.C. Solora rocks and fires. Ball 1. You cannot afford to fall behind. Talay Jennings is on deck. The 1-0.
Great looking changeup for a delayed call strike at 60 miles an hour.
She has used that off-speed pitch to with effectiveness over the last 2 or 3 innings. The 1-1 pitch. Game on the line. Popped up right side.
Should be an out.
Franklin backing up. She makes the catch and the Tigers hold on.
What a game.
LSU with drama in the 6th and drama in the 7th holds on as Sydney Stewart sends a fly ball to the right side, and Alex Franklin makes the final catch of the game.
So Laura, great job. We see the changeup, which I think will make her a different pitcher. You know, she's throwing her drop ball at 70 miles an hour, and she's delivering that changeup. But on a day where it's about teal and survivors and trying to make women aware of this deadly disease, everybody's a winner today.
No, well said. Very well said. Tigers were out hit. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Arizona 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. LSU holds this powerful Arizona team to a single run. It was unearned, as was the run last night. So LSU wins it 4-1, and today 3-1. That wraps it up for Yvette and I this year. The Tigers win twice, 4-1, 3-1. The third game of this series is tomorrow, 11 o'clock local time, noon Eastern time. It will be available to you on ESPN. For Hall of Fame coach Yvette Girard, I'm Lynn Rollins. Thank you for being with us. Again, the final score: LSU wins over Arizona 3-1.